Try and tell me the NBA isn't rigged after watching this video, this perfect decode. So yesterday, the Hornets played the Celtics. Hornets came into this game with a record of 3-0. The Celtics were 1-2. But I like Boston to win in a Pope Francis ritual, and I decoded the whole game perfectly. I said with a win, Boston will be 2-2 for the season. Boston gets you 22. This was Charlotte Hornets coach's 253rd career game. 253 is the 22nd triangular number. The Hornets got their 22nd all-time loss in October, guys. Their stadium capacity is 20,200, like 22. The game was 2 months and 2 days after Kobe's birthday, who was drafted by the Hornets. Boston got their 238th win on a Monday all time. Kobe was born on 23-8, like 238. It was the 419th game all time on a Monday for Boston. 419 is the 81st prime number. Kobe being Bryant in gematria gets you 81. As you can see here, his highest scoring game ever in his career was 81 points. Which he got in his 666th career game. The Celtics got their 135th franchise win in October. Kobe being Bryant gets you 135. He was inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame on the 135th day of the year, and he won 135 playoff games in his career. Not by accident, all by the numbers. This game was played on 10/25, October the 25th, like 1-2-5. And the Charlotte head coach got his 125th all-time loss coaching the Hornets. Again, not by accident. He stayed on 108 career wins. 10 months and 8 days after the Pope's birthday. Like 108. Like 108. And the Celtics stayed on 1,701 all-time losses, like 171. 171, guys, is the 18th triangular number. IHS, which is the Society of Jesus, gives you 18 in 2 ciphers. This was a perfect decode, guys, I promise you. I was decoding in play. I basically called the whole game. Boston stayed on 1,669 all-time away losses, and 1,669 is the 263rd prime. 263 is the 56th prime. This game was played on 56 date numerology. The Hornets Stadium opened on 56 date numerology. In gematria, Pope gets you 56. As does Society of Jesus, who are behind these rituals, guys. 56. And the Hornets dropped to 47-70 versus the Celtics all time. Francis, like Pope Francis, gets you 47-70. Hornets are now 47-70 all time against Boston. Vatican, where Francis resides, gets you 47-70 also. Just not by accident at all, guys. The Hornets stayed on 1,109 all-time wins, like 119, and the Boston head coach was hired 119 days before the game. Vatican, 119. Francis, 119. Guys, more and more people need to learn this knowledge and respect this knowledge. Charlotte Hornets, 201. The full name of the Jesuit Pope, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, who people look up to and worship, even though it's satanic, gets you 201. He resided in Suite 201 in the Vatican. The Jesuit order, of course, is 201. And going back to Jorge Mario Bergoglio, the Jesuit Pope, you'll see that his name gets you 312, and this game was 312 days after his recent birthday. Disgraceful. Boston stayed on 111 away losses on a Monday. Jorge Mario Bergoglio gets you 111. Hornets stayed on 27 home wins versus Boston. This game was played on a Monday. Monday gets you 27 in 2 ciphers. And they got their 32nd home loss to Boston. And Boston gets you 32, and this 32 rays in the Society of Jesus' logo. So the Hornets dropped to 3-1 for the season, as you can see here, like 31. And 31 is the 11th prime. Boston Celtics won this game by 11 points, 140 to 129. They won the game by 11 points. And the Hornets Stadium opened on 10/21 like 1-2-1. And 11 times 11 gets you 1-2-1. In Gematria, Pope gets you 11, which is a master number. I decoded the whole game spot on. The date could have been written as 2510, the 25th of October. And 251 is the 54th prime. Jesuit order gets you 54. Kobe Bean Bryant gets you 54. His daughter, who died with him supposedly, Gianna Bryant, gets you 54. Kobe died at age 41. Gianna died at age 13. 41 plus 13 gets you 54. Notice how Gianna Bryant gets you 126, and we're told that Gianna and Kobe died on January the 26th. So check this out, guys. The game was 1 month and 22 days before Pope Francis' birthday. I'll confirm here. 122, guys. 122. Pope Francis gets you 122. As does the word satanic, and Pope Francis worships Satan. Satanic also gets you 67. This game was played on a day leaving 67 days left in the year. Kobe died on 67 date numerology. He died on 1/26/2020. 1 plus 26 plus 20 plus 20 gets you 67. 67 is the 19th prime. He dies the year that COVID-19 becomes a pandemic. Also, when he got accused of raping a girl in Colorado, she was 19 years old. Everything's by the numbers, guys. I'll get to this 122 later in the video. The Hornets got their 360th all-time loss at home to Eastern Conference opposition. Pope Francis was born in 36. And remember, 666 is the 36 triangular number. Kobe got his 81 points in his 666 career game. And obviously 666 heavily connected to Satanism. Boston coach was born in 77, and the day of the game was the 77th day of his age. Boston gets you 77, guys. Boston picked up their 1,783rd all-time win versus Eastern Conference opponents. 1783 is the 276 prime. 276 is the 23rd triangular number. Michael Jordan is a part owner with the Hornets. He famously wore the number 23 jersey, guys. It's all rigged. Boston Celtics got their 708th away win versus Eastern Conference opponents. Boston Celtics gets you 78 in Gematria. As you can see here, Kobe was born in 78 also. Look how Boston Celtics gets you 48. And this was the Hornets coach's 223rd game with Charlotte. And 223 is the 48th prime number. Boston stayed on 181 losses on a Monday, and they stayed on 42 away losses in October. 181 is the 42nd prime. Those numbers go hand in hand. Insane. The Celtics got their 107th win in October. The Hornets dropped to 10-7 at home whilst playing in October. The Celtics scored 107 points in their last game. They foreshadow so many things in the game before with the scorelines, guys. The Boston coach was hired exactly 17 weeks before the game. Freemasonry was founded in 1717. Pope Francis gets you 59. 59 is the 17th prime number. Now check this out and tell me my code wasn't pretty much perfect. So I was decoding this game in play. I've been doing that recently and winning every time because all the numbers that I decode prior to the game hit during the game. And that's why I can bet in play. So I saw the game was 17-12 at one point to the Hornets. The Hornets had a 5-point lead. Pope Francis was born on the 17th of December, a date that can be written 1712. And then if we go here, the end of the first quarter, 33-33. Hilarious. Kobe gets you 33. Masonry gets you 33. The highest rank of Freemasonry is 33 degree. So I was like, boom, this game's already done. Then we have this, 66-68 at the half, 134 total points. Kobe Bryant retired on the 13th of April, a date that can be written 13-4. Notice how Charlotte got 33 in the first and 33 in the second. All completely rigged. Kobe Bryant, 6'6". Jokers. And this, guys, come on. The game finished 122 at the end of regulation. I told you how Pope Francis gets you 122. Told you how Satanic gets you 122. I showed you how the game was 1 month and 22 days before Pope Francis' upcoming birthday. What more do I need to show people? Look how Pope Francis, guys, was born on a day leaving 14 days left in the year. And the Celtics finished with 140 points, like 14. This level of work is so high. So high. And check this out, guys. The Celtics won in overtime by winning 18-7. Society of Jesus gets you 187. Boston winning overtime 18-7. And check out these 11s. Boston Celtics win the game by 11 points. The Charlotte Hornets now 3-1 for the season. Remember I told you 31 is the 11th prime. Boston Celtics are now 11th in the Eastern Conference standings. This decode is simply perfection. Once more and more people wake up to what I'm doing, honestly, I give these pro sports 2 or 3 years before it all goes down. Because I am doing these decodes in football, in the NFL, in basketball, in the NHL, in baseball, at this level. And how am I doing that, guys? Because I'm such an expert on American sports? No, I can't stand baseball. I don't particularly like hockey. Never played basketball in my life, really, other than shooting a few hoops. But I know how they do it. It's all mathematics. It's all mathematics. It's all satanic rituals. Numbers connected to the Jesuits, to the Pope, to Freemasonry. I've proven it now. I don't know how many videos I've done on YouTube. Truly respect everybody who's a patron of mine. We're going to the next level now. With the knowledge that I share, people will see the 122, 122 at the end of regulation after reading my decode, and they'll get on Boston in play. I called one of my patrons yesterday. Great guy. He bet on Boston in play because of my decode. So, again, those people who still leave comments saying that I talk nonsense or I'm lucky and that pro sports are not rigged, watch this video and tell me that my work is not at a high level. And I'm one of the few people in the world consistently showing people just how rigged professional sports really are.